Hello, I am the Keeper of Stories. You can call me Little Hex. While Master Reaper is out with his offspring, I will be holding down the fort. Since Reaper is away, why don't I tell you a tale? Sit back, grab your popcorn, and give me a scream. If you're ready to begin. Today's story comes from the realm of Dead by Daylight. This is the twisted tale of the Trapper. Evan McMillan was originally the loyal son of Archie McMillan, a cruel man who ran his mining company and his estate. Evan worked as his main enforcer, helping his father run his company in a productive state. Even when his father's health degraded, Evan still cared for him and followed his orders. It was when his father finally snapped when Evan truly became murderous, as he led over 100 men into a tunnel before sealing them inside with explosives. Archie was later mysteriously murdered himself, left to die in the basement of his house. Ever since then, Evan worked for the entity as its plaything, used to sacrifice an endless amount of survivors. The first tome goes into detail about the relationship between Evan, his father, and the workers in the mine. Archie is a cruel boss who works his employees to the bone in dangerous conditions for minimal pay, and Evan is becoming sympathetic to them. Evan has learned that the workers are planning to create a union. Archie is also very abusive of Evan, throwing him to the ground and telling him how he shouldn't treat the workers with kindness, because if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Evan recalls how his father broke his jaw a year prior and keeps quiet about the union and his friends. Evan secretly enjoys sketching and drawing, while Archie is trying to break his spirit and teaching him how to break the spirits of his workers or his future wife. Evan continues his tiny defiance of drawing. Evan watches Archie yelling at one of the workers. This worker is sick and wishes to get off work earlier, but Archie threatens to fire him, which would ruin the worker's life. Evan wishes he could do something, but he needs to bide his time and wait for the union to come. The worker collapses, and Archie kicks him in the guts before ordering Evan to drag him outside. As Evan moves the worker, he starts to feel angry at the worker, calling him a maggot and wanting to put him out of his misery. He starts to worry that he is becoming like his father. Evan and his father are setting up their traps in the woods. Archie has always been obsessed with hunting bears, and he starts to tell Evan a story he has told him many times before. Archie and his brother Evan's uncle are out hunting when a bear attacks. It attacks his uncle, tearing off his arm and eating his head. Archie violently attacks the bear before cutting it open and pulling the head out of its guts. Archie says he had to carry his brother's body 10 miles back to the house, but last time it was 5. Evan is starting to think that Archie had murdered his brother. Evan starts to draw his father in a bear suit, murdering his uncle. His uncle was a kind man, a philanthropist who would have run the family business with fair wages and all that socialist crap. He knows deep down that his uncle was murdered, but he doesn't have any proof. He suspects his father of these terrible things but doesn't feel disgusted or ashamed at him. He continues to worry that he is becoming like his father. Evan is looming over his father's bed, watching him sleep. He hates him and loves him at the same time. He wonders what life would be like without his father around. He holds a giant stone up in the air, holding it for minutes. He considers murdering his father right here, but considers other options. Mining accidents, hunting accidents, so many ways he could eliminate his father. But he can't bring himself to perform any of them. Evan starts to draw his father in a bear suit again, this time drowning his mother. He never believed the story his father told about her being swept away by a current and disappearing. His mother was beautiful, kind, and compassionate. But his father wouldn't let anyone get in the way of his business, especially not family. He needs to be obedient to his father, or he will die. But he is tired of it. He has other friends, like the workers. They encourage him and really talk with him about things. they deserve better. Archie stares Evan down across the dinner table with a look that tells Evan he's in for it. Archie knows, or maybe just suspects, that something is wrong. Evan knows he shouldn't keep anything hidden from him. Last year, Evan ruthlessly beat a man with a wood-to-buy-for saying things about his mother. And as the police dragged Evan away, Archie just smiled. Because he knew that Evan didn't attack the man out of anger or to defend his mom. He knew that Evan attacked the man to feel power over him. Evan finds his drawings torn to pieces. He manages to put them all back together except for one, the drawing of his mother being drowned. As his father enters the room, he prepares to be beaten or shouted at, but it never comes. Instead, Archie reveals that his friends sold him out. Archie says that tomorrow he will learn a lesson. Evan stares at his father and feels hate, but not for Archie. He hates the maggots, the people who pretended to be his friend and then sold him out. For his father, he feels respect and admiration. Well, that's all from me today. Just remember, don't tell Mr. Reaper I touched his books. If you want another story from me, it's on your left. If you want a video from Mr. Reaper, it's on your right. Thank you for watching and make sure you subscribe. It would make Master very happy with me. Until next time.